Appreciate everybody being here, and it was obviously a good win for us on this past Saturday against Lamar. I thought all three phases came out and did a great job, especially in the first half, and came out and started fast and just played the way we expect to play, and was really pleased with how our players approached open week and then the week leading up to Lamar. Thought our practices showed up in the way that we played, so really excited about that. Things we can learn in the second half from some of the younger players that played and things that we can get better at, but still really pleased with a 42-10 win and getting I think it's our fifth win in a row. So that was a big deal, I guess, but it's always better to get them than not. But, we've got a big stiff challenge this week as we head out to Nacogdoches, Texas, to play a really good Stephen F. Austin team, a team that, we played last year and struggled with. And so really excited for this week of practice and to see the challenge that's ahead. So with that, I'll open it up and take any questions.
Coach, when we look at the stats of Stephen F. Austin, we see a lot of pass heavy offense and things like that. But I was talking with Kyle Bailey yesterday, and he immediately went to the run game of Stephen F. Austin. So what are you guys seeing out of them? They're averaging a lot of points. You guys' defense been holding people low. What are you seeing out of the Stephen F. Austin team?
Well, they're the same team in a lot of ways that we saw last year, just, got more experienced quarterbacks back. They've had some injuries at running back. So they I know the last game they moved a wide out to running back, and he played well, rushed for over 100 yards. So, they're a really good physical football team that, we are, you see everything that they do, and it all starts with the run game, but they do a lot. They are throwing the ball well. I know their quarterback was National Player of the Week last week. So, we've got a great challenge. Number two, the receivers are really good receivers. So, there's a lot of things, good players that they have, and that we have a challenge for our defense. Physicality is something that, that we have to make sure that we bring this week and are good at, and our strain are the two things that, really are important in this game because they play really hard and really physical. So, they're a good offense, they're a good defense, and they're a good football team. Their coach has done a great job. Coach Colby's done a great job down there. And we've got a challenge, but, I believe in our young men too now. I feel we'll be up for the challenge with them and looking forward to another 60-minute game, to be quite honest.
Coach, a couple of questions. First of all, your birthday was last Tuesday, right?
Correct.
How did you celebrate your birthday?
We had a good Tuesday practice, and then we had a Tuesday meal. I forget who came over and fed us last week, but it was good. They actually brought a birthday cake for me, which is probably the first one I've ever had in my career. So I really appreciated that. My family came and ate. We have family night. Our families come and eat with us, and the guys eat. So we did that. Then came back, watched film, called some recruits, and just worked. That's all I've ever done since about 16 years old, I think.
Well, next question. So about this, and I know you guys don't pay attention to the scoreboard when you're out there playing the game. Do you pay attention to the standings in this ASUN WAC challenge right now? You look at it, you guys are sitting right there at second place. But do you guys pay attention to that any as you go throughout the season?
I mean, you obviously know it because people, no offense, like you bring it up, and that's, that people are going to ask questions and all that. But in the reality of it, none of it matters, because what matters is where you're at the end of the year. And so you got to take care of each week, each week, the daily part of that week, and go win the game that week. And if you just keep winning, you'll be where you need to be. We can't control who goes in. The only way we can control it is by winning. That's the only way. And so we've got to win. We won yesterday at practice. We got to win today at practice. Win Wednesday at practice, Thursday, Friday, our travel, and then get there and win the game on Saturday. And if we do that, then we're one step closer to what everybody wants us to be. And but really, I don't really talk about championships. I mean it. I don't talk about all that stuff. We may mention it every blue moon, but it's more about being the best version of yourself. And I know y'all are sick of hearing that. And I know our kids may be getting sick of hearing that, but it is. I mean, if you're consistently going to be the best version you can be and consistently do your job to a high level, then that's all you can do. And if the other team's better than you on that day, then they are. Now, that doesn't mean I, am okay with losing and all that. It just means we have to continue to get better each and every day. Sorry.
With Parker McKinney winning his third ASUN Offensive Player of the Week, Patrick Nations getting his recognition this week. How is that, offense that you guys played this week? Is that going to carry over into this week's game, or what is your all's mindset and your focus going to be offensively?
Well, I mean, we're going to do what we do. And, we're going to, obviously we want to run the football like most teams in America do. And then we want to be able to throw the ball and win the turnover battle and win the explosive play battle. Those are the things that are key into winning a football game. We're not going to change who we are to play Stephen F. Austin, whoever's after that, or University of Alabama. I mean, our players are our players. We have to believe in those guys, and we have to put those guys into situations that give them the opportunity to be successful. And if we do that and they make the plays that they need to make, then I say it all the time, players win games, and they got to go out and win the game. And, you've got, two guys you're talking to today that both really made good plays in the game Saturday and helped us win the game. And they'll continue to do that. Now, so will the other ones. And, our job is to put them in those positions. Their job is to go execute it.
Coach, there have been so many guys make big plays for you all year long. I mean, Parker's obviously been consistent, but Davion, another pick six, and the defense, Jackson and Bailey leading it. I mean, there have been just so many guys being consistent. Is that something that you guys focus on, is just being consistent each and every single week with, not only your quarterback play, but your running game, your pass blocking, your run blocking, and all the defense as well?
Yes. I mean, that's, we've got three core values and passion, purpose, and pride. And purpose is a consistency and performance with a championship mindset, and that's all we want to do that. Now, that doesn't mean we don't challenge them to be better than they were last week. That's the consistency from us as a coaches. We have to challenge them to be better. We have to show them how they can be better. We have to continue to challenge ourselves to put them in position to be better. We have to continue to challenge ourselves as coaches to self-scout ourselves, to understand how we can do things better and why things maybe are working and aren't working. But their job is to consistently come out every day and provide a mentality that they're going to get better and that they're going to make themselves better each and every day, which in turn brings value to themselves, brings value to our team, and then brings value to our university, to be quite frankly. And so that's all we're trying to do. And I know it sounds pretty simple, but we can't have roller coaster rides with our emotions. And that's as coaches, as players. I know we do on sidelines. I know I'm always ranting and raving some on the sidelines and all that crap, but that's part of the challenge. It's not about, oh, we're up or we're behind or this or that. It's always about just how did you play? That play is what makes me angry, not the whole situation. I don't even sometimes know the situation, because and I don't mean that to say I'm not in the game and all that, but I'm just worried about how our play is. How are we playing it? What are we to the standard or not? And our players have bought into that. And I think that's a testament to our coaches, but also our players. We've got good football players. And, even after the Indiana State game, we had good football players. Even after the Louisville game, we had good football players. So I believe in them. I think they believe in us. And I think we're building a trust each and every day that is providing some success.
And Coach, what have you liked from your offense, though, to be able to finish drives? Because like on Saturday, you guys started with an 82-yard drive to go down the field and score. What has been good for that? They're consistent getting down long drives and scoring or getting field goals from Patrick. Right.
I just think it's the mixture we have of the run and the pass and the ability to get the ball to different people. Dejan and Keandre have done a great job of running the football. And so has Parker. I think that helps open up our run game to our tailbacks. But then as you go through and look at our, guys that have caught the ball, from Matt Wilcox all the way down to Cord Sandberg, I mean, you know, and everybody in between with the Jaden brothers and they're not brothers, but the Jaden boys and Brian Johnson and Dak Allen, obviously. And, you know, everybody that's called a ball. I think that just shows you the versatility we have on our team. Mo Edwards has been down and is still going to be down. And, you know, we've had other guys step up. And so when we get Mo back, it's just another added weapon to that. So that's what really pleases me about our offense.
Hey, Kelton, defense has been phenomenal so far this year. What are you guys looking at here, Stephen F. Austin, coming up? It just gets harder, it seems like, each week now as you close out the season. So what do you guys see that's ahead of you this week against Stephen F. Austin?
How you doing? Stephen F is a great team. They have a great O-line, great running back core, quarterback, great everything is just all around is just great. So we're really just trying to lock in on physicality this week and pressing out on blocks and just locking into our technique and just sticking together and just playing together as a team and believing in each other.
Yeah, what do you think makes this team so special? Like, I mean, it just seemed like that you guys are having so much fun out there, but what do you think makes the team so special right now with the way you are playing?
To be honest, we all just believe in each other. We don't really look at the scoreboard, look at the clock. If somebody makes a mistake, we just encourage each other and motivate each other just to do better and just don't worry about that play. Just worry about the next play and just continue to move and progress.
Kelton, you had a really impressive stat line this past week, 6 tackles, 3 for loss, and 1.5 sacks. What was it that really helped you to be able to do that? And how do you plan on replicating that kind of performance this week?
I think the bye week, we had 2 weeks to practice. So with these within those last 2 weeks, I was just really just locked in, really trying to just work hard and just get better. My goal every week is just get better. So I thought about the game against UCA, and I just wanted to play better than I did then. So that was just those 2 weeks just gave me, I guess, a boost, an extra week to get better. You feel me?
Kelton, you guys have been able to rotate players in and out. Coaches, as the season's gone on, more players are getting reps during the game. How does that help you guys? Obviously, rest keeps you fresh, that kind of stuff. But outside of that, how does that help you throughout the game accomplish what you guys are looking to accomplish?
Well, my thing is we play I think 70 snaps a game, so I don't think anybody wants to do the whole 70 snaps. So with having a 2 core, it's just amazing. Having if somebody gets tired, just put their hand up, I'll come in, or somebody come in. We all believe in each other. We all play the same. We all have great skill level from the younger guys to the older guys. So we just with Coach Hawk rotating in us, and he could see if an offense is moving pretty quick and he see one of the D linemen getting tired, he just rotates, and it's just it's amazing. I love it. When I was at Tech, we didn't really have nothing like that. I'd probably do the whole game, and just it was great, but it's just sometimes you want to break. We humans still. I ain't Usain Bolt. I ain't running forever. So you feel me? I need a break sometimes. So it's great. I love it.
Cord, obviously one of the highlights of the game was the nice catch you made down the right sideline. Was that something that you've done before, or is that, one of those plays where you see on ESPN, one of those highlights, and you're just you finally got yourself one?
I probably haven't made a play like that since I was playing in the backyard when I was 12 or 13, to be honest. But I definitely have confidence in my ability to make plays. The coaching staff has asked me to play pretty much everywhere besides O-line, and I've enjoyed it. Obviously, I know I need to be ready to play quarterback, but if I'm on the field lined up at tight end or wide receiver, I'm out there to make a play. And so it was definitely good to make one on Saturday.
It seems like there's so many different guys out there that can make plays offensively, and there's you and Dakota Allen, and Coach talked about Mo, who's going to be back soon, and Matt Wilcox. There's just so many guys offensively that you all can go to. Do you think that is something that really makes you all so dangerous that anybody can step up on any given day?
I definitely think so. Obviously being a quarterback, when you know that you don't really have to single out a guy, you can just throw to whoever the coverage, dictates. That definitely helps. And like you said, we have a lot of guys that can make plays, and I'm happy I've been able to be one of those guys to help us out.
Yeah, and Cord, you have a cool story. You played in the minor leagues, then went to Auburn, and now at EKU. So how has baseball kind of helped you transition into football? Because, I mean, you caught baseballs in minor league, now you're catching footballs here. How has that transition been, and how did that kind of help you?
Yeah, I was because when the guys on the sideline after I made the play, they were like, I didn't know you had that in you, man. I didn't know you had that in you." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I did track baseballs down, for a living for 6 years. So I think there is some correlation as far as being able to, track a ball in the air. And so, I was happy to make a play, and I'm looking forward to, if any of those, I guess, situations present themselves, do what I can to make it happen again."
Going off your previous experience, coming from Auburn to Eastern, what's the difference being a Colonel? What's that feeling like? Being in Richmond compared to where you've been in the past.
Well, I mean, I guess Auburn being in the SEC and all the glitz and glamour that goes on with that. It's definitely a change coming down to the FCS level. But I mean, the thing that's the same is, I mean, football is football. There's good players all over the country. We have a lot of guys on this team that have aspirations to play in the NFL, and there's a lot of talented guys, and I hope they have the opportunity to do that. But I mean, it's been great. Haley and I, my wife, we've enjoyed Richmond. It's been a great town, and obviously being close to Lexington's been good. So we've enjoyed our time here.
Cord, coach said that you came to him this season and said, "Hey, I think I can help our team out in other ways." Then you started getting the reps at wide receiver. I know you came here to be a quarterback. Do you see wide receiver as a path to the field, more of a path to the field moving forward, or are you still kind of truly want to be a quarterback?
I feel like I know that I definitely need to prepare week in and week out if I do need to play quarterback. But having conversations with Coach Steelman and even Coach Wells, I do feel like that I can help out the team in other ways, and I'm excited to do that. If the opportunity presented itself, obviously to play at the next level, I feel there's a chance maybe I would have a better chance to make a roster as something other than a quarterback. So I'm definitely open to play whatever. I've played quarterback my whole life. I love playing quarterback. Who doesn't want to be able to play quarterback? But it's been really fun being able to play different positions, and I think coaching is something that I'm gonna want to get into whenever my playing days are over. I feel like I'm just a kid and never want to grow up. I just want to play sports my whole life. I'm almost 30 and I've just been playing baseball and football, and don't really plan on growing up, but I know that'll happen eventually. And so it's been good just to play different positions, because I feel like that'll help if I do get into coaching, just kind of being able to have the perspective of different positions.
We're starting to get into the fall and the winter months here in Kentucky. Have you prepared for that being a Florida kid and not been able to experience all that yet?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I've grown up in Florida and playing sports. Cold weather really was not a thing. I loved growing up in Florida and just being able to play with no shirt on 12 months out of the year. Christmas morning we were playing football, and it was hot growing up. So it's been a little bit different. This past week I started throwing with 2 gloves. Like, I know, like, Big Ben, when it gets playoff time, he'll wear 2 gloves, and some other guys have done it. And so in the cold weather, it feels good to kind of have 2 gloves on. So as long as I have gloves on, it feels good. I'm enjoying the cold weather.
So you just mentioned Big Ben and seeing with the gloves and things. Are there players that you watch that you go and look at? I think of like Taysom Hill, for instance. He's that all-around athlete. He can play quarterback. He plays running back, tight end, receiver, whatever. Are there guys like that you watch and try to garner things from? Or are you really just leaning on your coaches and your experience that you already have?
I think Taysom Hill, who you mentioned, when I started to take some reps at tight end and receiver and different things, and kind of just having conversations with Coach Steelman about this year and next year and beyond, I definitely started to pay attention to kind of not only college football but the NFL, just to kind of see how the game's changing and understanding that with different spreads, schemes, there might be a place for a guy if you can be 6'3", 220, 230, and kind of be a hybrid guy that can do a lot of things. Maybe that could add value to a team. So yeah, it's been fun to watch Taysom Hill and really just Clay Burton, or actually Trey Burton, Clay's his brother. Trey Burton is a guy that I grew up watching. He went to Venice High School, which is just down the road from me in Bradenton. And what he was able to do, he played at Florida, and when he got to the NFL, he was just kind of that hybrid guy doing a lot of things. And so those guys are guys that I like to watch and I guess kind of model my game after.